Blocking and tackling. Novel approach. When done correctly, you can win in the National Football League. Who knew? Let's talk about it. You're in the Terror Dome.
Turn it up, Jado.
And what's up, everybody? It is 12:09. I'm about 4 minutes off the pace. I sent the message out to my man Wolfie. Maybe he'll get it. He'll drop in. I am here, Terror Dome here on a Victory Tuesday afternoon. I am off, ladies and gentlemen. I am off. I have been working as a candy striper. On a volunteer basis for the federal government, if they would get themselves together. Y'all getting ready to get this speech from a real leader. You need to get yourselves together, Congress and executive branch, judicial branch, and all those involved. I'm getting ready to give it to you. I'm a hold for a little bit, but then we're going to have a talk. Amen. Everybody's in the chat. 49ers coming off of a wonderful victory against the Atlanta Falcons. And I do believe I call that one. Some of us were looking a little perturbed, and with good reason. We didn't fare very well in the game previous to it. We looked mighty bad, Miss Sealy, as the color purple suggests. But I knew when we lost to Tampa Bay, this was just fundamental stuff. And the shock and awe of losing our fearless leader, one Fred Warner. Shout out to Fred Warner. Man, let me get some. Get some love to Fred Warner. And it will affect you immensely any kind of way. It affected fans in the stands. It affected those around the National Football League. So it's definitely going to affect those who are warriors and brotherhood with Fred Warner day in and day out. And it was, something that second quarter, I think with 7 minutes left, if I'm not mistaken, in Tampa last week. I know that was a lot for us to absorb and in the moment go forward. And, you have to allow what's called latitude. You have to allow some latitude for that because it's pretty traumatic. It hits you really hard when your leader, an Iron Man, one of the league's best and a future Hall of Famer, goes down in front of you. But as soldiers, as men, as warriors, that includes ladies too, in the moment when things happen, you got to police yourself up and you got to go forward. Coaches as well. And I don't think we did a good job of that against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers week prior. But give some good people a week. Give some capable people a week. Give some warriors a week. They can accomplish a great deal. Let them police themselves. Let them absorb it. Let them see what's going on. And, man, they will reload and come back out swinging. And that is exactly what we did with the ATL, Atlanta Falcons, who was coming hot. Hey, man, pause. They had beat Buffalo, and they were looking good and tremendous. And Poof Bijan was doing his thing. He was out there, man, running that rock and, stiff arming and posing for the Heisman, showing his traps and everything. The man made me go and want to do a couple curls and sit-ups and stuff. He was looking good. He was looking good. But this here is football. This is tackle football. This is of pedigree. This is of men. This is of getting down and getting it. This is a game designed to be won in the trenches. And you put your priority in the trenches. And you have to be a connoisseur or almost an aficionado of history to know that this game was pretty much, particularly the National Football League, it's a derivative of rugby, but it was really developed back in the 1920s when these soldiers came back from World War I, and it was trench warfare back then. So you have to put a premium on the trenches because that was the original design. They needed a game. Soldiers that came back needed a game that they could play that was very, very physical, that'll tax you, that will take you to your mental envelope, but not kill you. Because they had been seeing war, they had been dealing with what they call shell shock then, later became battle fatigue. Nowadays, they call it PTSD, but they wanted that competitive nature and something really, really tough to wrap their heads around and to be, have a competitive nature and get down and get it. And that was the development of the National Football League and the Canton Bulldogs and Chicago Bears, and this game has grown, and they came from the trenches. I'm going roundabout to say one thing. This game will start in the trenches. It will end in the trenches. It was designed from the trenches, and we need to be tough, hard, and make it happen in the trenches. If you want this game to be yours, if you want to master this game, you've got to prioritize blocking and tackling. And I ain't got to come back and say this or that. We just can look at the review. We can look at the review as I pull it up. This is the docket for today. We're going to talk about Falcons grounded. Week 7 reviews, because not all my teams did too well. The U was we were number 2 in the country. We're not no more, but we're gonna go on from there. All right, predictions and things of that nature. We grounded these boys. This was my scouting report for the Atlanta Falcons. Last week, those of y'all that were with me, in case you missed it, I said Bijan Robinson, as is advertised, running back and receiving #1 threat. He gonna go to Drake London. That's his primary receiver. That's who he likes. That's where he goes. That being Penix. And their defense is decent. They fly around and make plays. Keys to winning for the 49ers: avoid mistakes, turnovers, and dumb penalties, missed assignments, and special teams gaffes. Avoid that. But look at #2. Block and tackle. That's where it was. That's where it's going to be. And that's what you need to win in national football. You got to block and tackle. And of course, #3, I took that from the old Oakland Raiders. Refer to rule #1, which you just cannot beat, man. They make it very, very simple for everybody. And I reviewed and scouted and looked, and that's the way you need to do it. That's basically what it was going to take to get this win. And I figured we were a touchdown better, and we added a field goal on that, and lo and behold, 20-10. Good, solid victory. today I plan on just looking at and highlighting a few things that I seen that were pretty encouraging. And I hope you will be on this ride with me for the next. Oh, it's I'm 10 minutes into it. For the next 50 minutes, I ain't gonna take long on this piece. And while I'm here, y'all are coming over in the chat. I see it says 18 of you viewing right now. Man, I'd like to get that up. So go ahead and tell a friend to tell a friend. We're going to break some things down. I might even open it up. I'm off today, so I'll open it up for you guys to come on and talk to the Terror Dome, see where we're going. We're going to talk about the latest news and reviews and previews and do's and don'ts and everything else. But right now, I got to shout my chat out for y'all being here right now. I can cut loose a little bit. My cohort is not here. Wolfie, he was supposed to be on with me today. I don't know, he got something going on. Wolfie, holler at me if you watching. If not, it's all good in the hood. Let's get it done. And I'm going and I'm gonna shout my chat out with the great Trouble Funk. Ladies and gentlemen, coming up first, Red Jet Shell is in the building. What it is, Red Jet Shell. She says morning, afternoon to all. Sure to like and subscribe. Be sure to like and subscribe, ladies and gentlemen. Like and subscribe, keep the bills going, keep the money coming up. Christian Carver is in the building, South Carolina. Christian Carver, good afternoon, Terror Dome. Good afternoon, Christian. It's wonderful to see you, man. Wonderful to be seen and not viewed. Terror Dome just shot an IG message. I shot you a message, Red Jet. If you get it, come on in here and let's talk about it. Let's see. We got my main man, Papa J, is in the building. Someone call 911 because the Niners are on fire. Man, that was dope. It reminded me of the great Wyclef Jean and Mary J. Blige. Someone please call 911. David Corona in the building. The Dodgers is looking strong, boy. We just waiting on I think you're waiting on Toronto or the Mariners. Either way, man, them Dodgers got too much for them. Otani is the real deal. Bebop Jones in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Bebop Jones, go Niners, he says, and go Niners we shall. Tommy Huxley, it's the Bass Player Podcast. Yes, because the funk don't start without the bass player. You got to have it. It's fundamental. It is what jumps it off. It is the foundation, the base, the boundary, the beauty, the balance, the center, the circumference, the sum, and the substance of the song. So it is what it is, my brother. Hey, it's okay. It's okay. Talk to Papa J because he came into the revelation. It's all good. My main man, the Regal Eagle, is in the building. Dennis the Unk. Terror Dome, can you believe this cat still has not paid me? Oh, man, pay the man. Man. Hey, if you owe somebody, pay them their money. The great Tupac said, see, MF is killed over phone bills. Never will I die. I'll be back. Reincarnated as a mother-loving Mac. Yeah. Pay the man. Don't mess around with people's money. They get real funny and it could get bad for you out there. Let's see. Is anybody else in it? My main man, CFO, Rockefeller Records. Collie Young is in the building saying, what up, TD? What up to you, my dude? We just enjoying things, man. Victories are hard to get in the National Football League, so we just enjoying ourselves, and we coming up with it, and we got it. And I'm going to fade the music going out right now. Come on. The wonderful sounds of Trouble Funk. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. There it is. Yeah, making sure it's off so y'all can hear me clearly and pristinely. Let me put up my docket here. Yeah, those were my keys to victory, and keys to victory we shall have. It looked pretty good, man. We came out. Um, One thing we have to consider, or it's not one thing, but one aspect I like to consider when you're dealing with prognostication. A lot of us look at the quarterback, a lot of us look at the defense turnovers and different things like that, but you've got to consider emotion and energy coming into a game. What's the energy like? What's the vibe like? What's the emotion like? Are they gonna play with emotion? That's why the prognosticators and the gambling community usually gives you a 3-point bump being at home, because you're gonna have different energy. Most of us draw on the energy from our audience. Peak performers do all the time. We like that energy coming, reverberating in that vibe, which is short for vibration. If you don't want to be a low vibration mug, you can be a high vibration mug, but that energy will give you, and it needs to be taken into consideration. Emotion when they plan for something, when it's a coach, when it's a, a team galvanizing itself around somebody, you gotta consider that when you're looking forward, when you're trying to place, say, a wager or something on that, you always have to consider that. And we just had good energy. We had a good vibe coming into there, man. Fred Warner was down there on the sidelines and hollering at the boys. He had probably been there all week. Surgery went well. And man, he had his fingerprints all over the game. They would cut to him and show him up there with the big boot on. We used to call it, and my man in here, man, Dennis, we used to call it a Korean jump boot when you got that boot on there and you're on profile. And let me see, I'll drop this link in the chat. Well, I'll do it in a little bit. Let's get to a little film first. Shall we? Let me share my screen, because it is the way to go. I wanted to inform y'all on things that I saw that were pretty important. I don't want to use the Telestrator. I want to use my new joint. Here with my web browser. Okay, make myself really small. And like I said, my theme the whole time was blocking and tackling. What's up? Don't bother me, man. What it is? How you be, man? How you be? My theme the whole time was blocking and tackling, man. Blocking and tackling. And this is the first quarter here, and we're setting the table on how it's going to be. This is our first possession here, and let's just check some things out, man. I'm going to just go frame by frame on this one. Little motion. Christian McCaffrey hits it. Oh, that's just beautiful. See, it don't look like much. It's just up in the gut, and we running it in the middle. But for 49er fans and, people who kind of honor the game and know, hey, running is a staple. When you running that rock, things open up for you, and it is good, nothing but good. It means a little bit more. So as we move on, that's on the pause. That's my editing here. Let's look at how we get there. We got a motion here. Short motion with use check, and look at hats on hats, and we're getting to the surface of people. But again, let's look at Brindle here. It's the first quarter, and Brindle did have a couple of good blocks. We're going to get to him, but I just want y'all to notice, man, Brindle I've had my exceptions with it. I ain't gonna talk bad about it, but he got hurt a little later on. But see how he's on the ground there, and his man is right there. This could have got really blown up, and it has in years past. Christian McCaffrey can't get going because he's getting met in the backfield by blown assignments and I don't want to say lackluster effort. Maybe he's giving all the effort he can in the world, but he down on the ground, and the man, his blocking assignment is in my backfield. But nonetheless, let's speed it up a little bit. It's just enough shade so CMC can get past and find the crease. Find the crease. You just looking to cut off the butt of your offensive lineman. Find the seal. Find where it is. Find your little lanes, and things happen. Pow. Just make the blocks. Just block and tackle, man. Get your assignment and end with it downhill. This was very, very encouraging. Very, very encouraging. We're at midfield here. Single back set. We call it the ace. Little motion across, little shift across by use check. And it looks like Slice is setting up for Slice, which would be the tight end and or fullback going across here on a kick out, and your lineman kick it to the next level and looking to see color and hit color. But in this particular instance, it's not that. We're playing base man up football, grown man football. We're playing power. We're playing power, right? And look at him just trying to find his way, And naturally, again, we're looking at Brindle here, which is the center of the alignment. Let's look at Brindle, man. He ain't on nobody. We're letting dude come off. This guy's assigned, and most he could do is maybe double team on a duo and get up top or something like that, but it doesn't quite happen like that. And we got a linebacker coming around and making a play, blowing this thing up. Look at this. And this was 6 minutes and 15 seconds into the second quarter there, about maybe 6 minutes and 51 seconds. I might have a little dyslexia here. But Brindle is saying, hey, a little something wrong here, man. Let me go ahead and get out of here. And then he takes a knee. You see, that's the universal sign there for when something's wrong. Take it back a little bit. You see him pat his head right there. That means, hey, come get me, man. Come get me. And then he takes that knee. He takes the knee. I'm down. So this is the second quarter, 6 minutes and 51 seconds. Now, I filmed a little out of sequence. You may see him and you may not, but let's just go with some more good running here. Oh, Lordy, guess who 40? Let me take that back. No, we're going to look at it from the end zone. First down on an, we call it Aggie. Aggie is an ace, a single back, but it's in the gun. So I call it Aggie. They might call it something else, shotgun with a back or whatever they want to do. But it's Aggie for me. And we got Matt Hennessy. If you like that hen dog, if you like that Hennessy, most soldiers do. I got Unc in the chat. He's a former NCO. I think that's the first thing they give you out of basic training to show you, you ain't a man till you drink that Hennessy. Look at how Hennessy is sticking with this block. See, it's one thing to block somebody and to get a good PFF grade, but it's another thing to hold the block. Is a Jerry Seinfeld moment. See, you know how to get the block, but do you know how to hold the block? He was talking about the reservation. See, you can take the reservation, but do you hold the reservation? And see, by this gives Christian options. This gives them options. When you hold your blocks, this is giving you options. You can go around, you can look, you can do a little bit. Just don't blow up the backfield. Just don't blow up the backfield. Give me some options, give me some stuff, and then let my natural instincts, my quick feet, my vision, let me take that on, and then I'll go and bounce it out. I'll make some moves. Positive plays. Positive plays. We'll keep him running here. Just want y'all to see. Holding blocks. Holding blocks. That's where it's at, man. That was Brindle again there. Brindle held a little block right there. This was before the second quarter with 6 minutes, 51 seconds. You know, he holding the block. And hold on. I ain't gonna dog my man. I've been dogging you all year, but hey, Brindle got a pancake right here, ladies. Is that a pancake? This is him on combo with Pooney, right? And then Pooney climbs to the next level. He's going to kick out. And as the back is running by, you know, the defensive lineman gets in a vulnerable set. So this is what I like to see. Hey, pancake a dude. Put him on his back. Look at Brenda. That's what I want to see, man. You on top, him underneath. Pause, and you know you done did something. So I'll dog you if you ain't doing right, but boy, when you do right, I'll tell them it's a clinic. And that was a nice one there, Brenda. That was a nice one. But even though this has great results, and sometimes you can't look at the results, just kind of look at, you know, what happens with Brindle here. This is the line of scrimmage. We want to win by pushing them on this side, right? We don't want to get what's called stymied. And I want y'all to look at number 64 here. He's getting stymied. You see his back is he's turning in this direction. We need him to go in like who is that? Connor Kobe here. Say Connor Kobe's in this direction. See, we need you in this direction. We need you in this direction. Look at the great George Kittle. And I know for you fantasy owners, it don't seem like George Kittle did a lot. And it's one of the reasons I don't play fantasy football. It's not all about your catches, your yards and stuff, but your presence, your blocking, which is, did I have a pause moment? Pause, whatever it is. And in advance, I say pause. It's not all about just the stats that you put in, going for 10 catches with 100 yards. It's the ability to make blocks downfield, no block, no rock, and spring a running back for more yards than they probably would have got without it. As you notice, here's another one. Look at Juwan Jennings. He's on a block. There go my boy sitting down here. I think he tried, but whatever happened. That my man Juice. But it's these extra yards, those extra 6, those extra 10, those extra yards that will accumulate over time and break the wheel in the back of those who oppose us. This is where it's at. This is where it's at. Just get in the hole. Get in the hole. Block and tackle. Blocking and tackling. Blocking and tackling. That's where the game is won. And that's how you ground and pound the Atlanta Falcons. Pause. Man, he's up in the second level. First down. Up in the second level, just based on good blocking. Again, coming out in the Aggie, we got short motion over to we make this the strong side. We're just playing power football here. This is just lining up and getting it. Look at Hennessy coming off. Hennessy's engaged. Look at how his hips will swing and his feet are moving. His feet are moving. Pooney, pause in advance. You run off the butts of people, off the butts of your linemen, because that just indicates, hey, there's a lane there. Or, if you can wall them off, you're looking for butts. You're looking for your linemen's butts, and get the rock and make it happen. And good things happen when you can bounce, get to the hole, stay engaged. And now we're upfield. We're upfield. Just block. Just block. I said pause, Red Jet. I mean, I can't pause and pause again. Y'all got pausable deniability. If I already gave you the pause, it ain't nothing else. Man, look at this. Upfield, chunk yardage. And see, this is exciting to George Kittle, whose dad is an offensive line coach. This is the importance of football. Our backfield. Man, I love our backfield. Go back. Man, this football here. 2 tight end set. Our backfield, we call it green right, or we'll put this one to the it's actually green left because you got both tight ends to the side. He's going to motion across. Now it's green right because that's the wide side of the field. ISO. We call it blast. This is just perfect football, man. This is what you come up with. Just get in the hole. Got a pull going here. So that's a backside pull. Drew Moss coming to seal. And then we're down there. Finding the hole. Good football. Yeah, that's why football players like butts. You running off the guy's butt. That they always taught you that coming up. If you don't know, that's what they say. You looking at the butts, because if a man is if he's truly being blocked, your hips are back, and for somebody to get through that, they would have to go through your head, through your torso, down through your hips to get to you. So if you see 2 butts separating and they're yours, hit the hole, dude. Hit the hole. Pause and pause again. But y'all gonna get the uncut raw today. But this is what you're looking for. This is what you're looking. This is good football. And when it culminates, you go to an eye backfield, 2 tight set. And then you get the tractor pull here, which is probably illegal, but I ain't mad at Drew Moss, man. Make it happen, yo. Make it happen. If the Eagles can tush push, we can tractor pull. Look at him. See, it's still a push going. Look at Drew Moss. See, it's a scrum. You got to get tough. Just keep pushing, and get to the end zone. Love it. And then when you do it real good, they don't even touch you. You'd be like a rat going in a hole. Look at this. Look at that thing opening up. Drew Moss coming on the kick out. We got power football going here. George Kittle sealing off. And your boy in there flipping in the end zone. This is what it's all about. This is how we get down. Now, I would be remiss if I didn't talk about Bryce Huff. Bryce Huff is out here in the wide nine. We featured him early. He's coming over from the Philadelphia Eagles, and I saw him at practice. I did a feature back in I want to say July, maybe August, talking about how there is absolutely no wasted movement when he comes off the line. He is eating up space. He is in almost a drive mode. For those of y'all that are into track, you have three aspects of track. You have the start, you have drive phase, and then you get to terminal velocity, where you just turning over. Drive phase consists of no wasted movement, getting upfield or getting down the track and almost pulling earth as you move. And it is when you can put it on the angle of his shins as he's taking those first two steps, eats up space and puts a heck of a burden, a heck of a stress onto this outside guy. Look how he's just by him very quickly. Oh, woo, Lord. Where my bell at? Hey, just hit it. This is pretty football here, y'all. This is pretty. Y'all gonna have to bear with me. That is just beautiful football. That is no wasted movements, just coming up frame by frame. 1, 2. He's pulling earth, and then he uses. Oh, he's outside. He's outside of his frame. He's already outside his frame, so he washes the hand down. He washes his hand down, and this guy's his foot is open and out. He's turning the wrong way. He's already by him. It's if he's even, he's leaving. If he's by you, it's all over but the shouting. He's by him. He's by him, and he's bending. This man's average tackle, what do you say, about 6'5"? I haven't looked at number 71, but he goes for about 6'5", probably, looking like it to me. But Bryce Huff makes himself with the bend. People will talk about a bend. He makes himself virtually 5'10", and he's by him. That's the bend. That's the bend. And his target, the quarterback. And look how he comes. Forcing a fumble. That's just beautiful. That's just beautiful. That's how, if we're teaching a class, if you're showing your young pass rusher how to get in there, you would show him Bryce Huff just now. This is the wide angle. As you see, he's down like a sprinter. Again, his posterior, for those pause police, his posterior is higher than his head. This forces greater momentum to get to the backfield. The angle of his shins are 30 degrees. If they get up on 90 degrees, you pretty much standing up. 45 degrees is league standard. But when you get in 30-degree shins, you are closer to the ground. You're taking advantage of momentum, and you're going to be by somebody soon. God, he out there. Look how far. Look how far he is compared to everybody else. He's shot out of a cannon. I like this, man. He's bound. He bound. Boom. Good stuff. Good stuff. I know I'm looking at it too many. I think I overtaped it. I put too much into it. My bad, y'all. What are we looking at here? We're looking at doubles or twins to the top side on the field side. They motion over. And this was big in my scouting. They run whenever he gets in pistol formation. In the scouting, I look back at their game against, I think it was Carolina. It was Carolina. Carolina beat them 30-0. And I said, well, how in the HE double hockey sticks do they get out here and beat Buffalo like they stole something? And he runs for 170 against Buffalo, but he ran for like, I think it was 60 against Carolina. And what they did was they tried to go to a traditional Aggie when he was rushing against Carolina early in the season. They tried to come out of Aggie, which is the shotgun, but the running back right beside him. Well, what they did was change over, and they were coming out of pistol with him right beside. See, the quarterback isn't in a full gun. What he is like 5 yards, and then made famous by RG3. RG3 really brought it to the attention of the National Football League. And then he lines up. And it's better for a running back, particularly a running back who needs options and, more elusive. And this is a very, very good running back. As far as talent level, nobody say this kid's garbage. This kid's going to be something really, really big. But a good running back kind of needs the allure of seeing the whole field and you turning around and giving it to him. And from the pistol, it's a better formation for him. He can see more, and he has the quickness to get to things quicker. But you're tipping off my defense as well. Any defensive coordinator with his salt knows that when they get in that pistol, you think run. And I've got to shout out Mr. Tatum Bethune. Tatum Bethune did his studying, and he was telling people, hey, when they get in here, it's rabbit, rabbit, rabbit. Rabbit, rabbit means run. Bird, bird, bird means pass. And he did it really eloquently. He stepped into some huge shoes. He had 10 tackles in this game, and a lot was put on Tatum Bethune. And let me tell you what, in the moment, as Eminem would say, he stepped up. He stepped up. Look at him get downhill. Give me some of that. And look, the boys coming like the Gotti boys. See all those red hats? I heard Baldy said, somebody mentioned Baldy in there. Baldy said, I feel like I'm watching Baldy's breakdowns right now. Yeah, man, Baldy's a master. Baldy's good. And if I'm being compared to Baldy, you are one of, I know football. That is one of the greatest compliments you can tell me. If you feeling Baldy-ish, and plus I'm bald. So if you feel this is what it's all about. Hats to the ball. It's no rule against how many defenders you can get to the football. Gang tackling is the way to go. And you want 5, 6, 7 to the ball all times. All times. And man, the spearhead of all of this was great scouting with Tatum Bethune and the Gotti boys. If I could be so eloquent and say like Dr. Dre, you want to make noise, make noise. I make a phone call, my boys coming like the Gotti boys. Bodies being found on Greenleaf with their heads cut off. Mother lover, I'm Dre. So listen to the play-by-play, day by day, rolling in my with 16 switches. Got sounds for the in the hollow point for the snitch. Just look at this from the end zone, man. Look at Tatum Bethune. He knows. He knows. They motion. I done seen this play. I done did my study. I've seen him do this. He's motioning in and he's signaling everybody over. Hey, I know it's coming. I see it. I see it. It's coming right now. It's coming right now. And you give the rabbit call, rabbit, rabbit, rabbit. Everybody's senses are heightened. And it's just beautiful football, man. Beautiful football. Beautiful football. Scrape. He gets in. He's in on the tackle. That's what you want to see. That's what you want to see. Oh, Lord have mercy. Hold on, y'all. On the outside, it's something called force defending, box, and spill. Traditionally, you had the box. The box was how we learned. We used to run 6'2", 6'2" stack monster, 52 eagle, and things of that nature. Everything's broken down right now into 4-2-5 and other defenses. It's evolved, but still the same principles are employed. You want to cut it off. You got to think in terms of a fine steak meal, right? A fine steak meal consists of, you need the meat, pause, a plate, right? A fork, which will be your defenders coming in here. They're the fork. And then you need a knife to cut the meat. The knife is the backside. That's your knife. I'm drawing this like that. So you want to eat, just have a plate that needs to be consistent of the force defender, the forks, who are probably your linebackers. They're apexing and coming downhill. And then to cut them off, you want to have the knife. Your boys coming in and cutting the meat. Pause. Look how they come down here. Look at the plate. Look at the force defenders. Look at the force defender. Now we set the plate. Forks are coming. Forks are coming, right? And then the knife. We cutting it off. That principle works every day, all day. You got to play it in defense. You playing defense. You playing defense. This is how I get down, man. This is it. This is from the end zone. Man, good stuff. Basic football. Basic football. This is what you need. Camera can't come on there. And this my boy, man. I know a lot of y'all have trouble with him, but Jason Pinnock, man, that veteran can play. I'm so sorry. They saying whatever they want to about Jason Pinnock, and maybe I want Jair Brown, but give me Jason Pinnock, give me Jake Brendel, and y'all can go ahead and do what you want to do. Let me remove my stuff here. And I'm back. Y'all rolling right now, man. I appreciate y'all sitting around looking at the fundamentals of great football with me. Let me see. And we can just go over the stats. I know y'all like the numbers. Mac Jones did pretty good here. He was 152 yards, going at 5.8 per passing attempt. He had one interception with a 62 quarterback rating, and it was sufficient. It was. But look at the number of attempts. He attempted 26, while we ran it 39 times. This is the sweet spot for the San Francisco 49ers. When we can get to 40 carries with maybe overall we're doing like 80 plays, maybe, but you get to 40. And no, we're doing about on average, you'll do a 62 plays per game. It'll be something like 22 passes, but 40 carries. When we get to 40, we're 26-2 in the Kyle Shanahan era. The only two games we lost when we get to 40 carries was a game where C.J. Beathard had to come in, and the Trey Lance Chicago Bears tsunami game. That is it. Those are only two games when we had 40 carries that we have ever lost. That's it. That's the list. 26-2, 26-2. And then we, to split hairs, we didn't quite get to 40, but 39 is pretty close. I'm opening up the chat right now, man. If y'all got time, if you're not at work and you want to come in and holler at Terradome, those of y'all on Twitch, those of y'all on YouTube, those of y'all on Twitters. You can't do it on Twitter. If you're on Twitter, jump on over to YouTube or Twitch, and you can come on in here and holler at the Terradome, and I'll put you on the air, and we'll go through these, taking the mysteries out of these recipes for these nuts. I'm just kidding. Let me go through some more of these stats. Christian McCaffrey, 24 carries, 129 yards. He went 5.4 per carry, 2 tutties on that. Brian Robinson went 9 for 36, which is exactly where you want to. I kind of wanted Brian Robinson to be a 10 carry guy, but it is really, really close. And then you spread it out. You got Juszczyk there. He had 1 carry, -2 yards, but hey, that adds to the total anyway. In receiving, our number one receiver was Christian McCaffrey. 7 catches. He was targeted 8 times, but he caught 7 of them. What's that percentage? It's got to be in the 90s. Let me see here. 7 of 8. Y'all do the quick math. 7 of 8. What's 7 of 8? 7 of 8. 87.5 is the target. Did that come up on this? No, 87.5. Juwan Jennings was next. He was targeted 7 times. He had 4 catches. And Sky Moe out here getting a catch. Kendrick Bourne. We just he spread it around a little bit, man. Mostly checking it down. High percentage touches to Christian McCaffrey. High percentage touches. You gotta love that. Moving right along. On defense, I'm gonna shout him out again, man. Tatum Bethune had 4 solo tackles, 10 tackles total, and a tackle for loss. He was out here doing the most. Bryce Huff had the sack that we saw there. They had also Sam Oki. I'm gonna get this right one of these days. Sam Oki, why you know? Oki, why you know? Oki, why you know? Okay, why you know? Okay, why you know? Sam, okay, why you know? Sam O had a sack as well. Going back up to receiving, I gotta shout out my man Connor Colby, because he had a tip ball or something happened, but big man did have a reception. He was trying to turn it up and run. I think he ran for negative yards. But it was positive yards, but based on the line of scrimmage, it was negative. But I'm gonna shout my man Connor Colby out, man. Hey, I saw you, dog. I saw you, big man. Big man was trying to run that thing. Malik Mustafa had 6 total tackles, 3 solos. We had a good defensive performance, and what I really liked was the pressure, as well as they knew their assignments a little bit more. Coach Robert Saleh probably had to I don't want to say dumb it down, but just make it a little bit more simplistic so they could play free. And there's several rules to split field coverage. And when you inundate rookies with a lot of that, they tend to be like, goodness, all right, if then. Didn't you hate them word problems when you were in school? They would say, if a train left at 8 o'clock from Boston and another one left from Albuquerque, all both traveling at 80 miles an hour, where would they be? That's how defenses can get a little convoluted. And when you're assigning, because you're playing against some complex passers, you're playing against great passers like Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Matt Stafford. You want to give them different looks, and you want to show you don't want them going basic. If you're sitting back basic, they'll eat you alive. So you have to trick it up a little bit and say on split field coverage, okay, if they're here, then we're going to do this. If they do motion, then we're going to do this. And then you get into the ifs and thens, and somebody's going to miss something. And you can't take advantage of the rookie's speed, his quickness, his agility. And speaking of all of that, man, Chase Lucas needs to get on this field. Chase Lucas is a baller. Chase Lucas is just always around the ball. He does his film study. He is a magnet for plays. He's a playmaker. He almost had the pick six to seal the deal. It went through his hands a little bit. We might have to get on the jug machine a little bit, but he was in perfect position to take advantage of a little inerrant Michael Penix, who's he's feeling his way around. He's a newbie. He's going to be a little bit inaccurate sometimes and things of that nature, particularly when you put the pressure on him. But it was really good. It was good seeing a good defensive performance, good strategy, good game planning, and good toughness. I like the toughness in things. I like the toughness. PFF grades were given out for week 7. When Bryce Huff was at an 81.9 with 45 snaps. Chase Lucas. Hey, Chase Lucas. Good morning, Terror Dome. Tanisha has entered the building, ladies and gentlemen. And the Golden Domers. Go ahead and put y'all hashtag in there. Well, look at God. The hashtag for Terror Dome is hashtag TD. That's beautiful for football, right? For the Golden Domers, I was going to go hashtag GD, but, GD has a different connotation. So Golden Domers, put in hashtag GOD. I love that. Hashtag GOD to my Golden Domers. I didn't design it like that, but it is what it is. Hashtag TD. And it hit me looking at Dion. Dion said, hey, TD. So shout out to Dion. He calls me TD. I was like, man, ain't nothing better in football than being known as TD. And then I said, well, I got the Golden Domers. What's better than GOD? What is better than GOD? And man, when the internet see this, hey, it is what it is. Sometimes God will order your steps. His word, a lamp unto my feet, and it will lighteth my path. God will set you up, man. Anyway, defensive end Sam O, and I got a sound spelling in there too. Who's helping me out there? Crazy Juice. Okuwanu. Sam Okuwanu was at a 79.9 on 45 snaps. Tatum Bethune really balled out, man. And I know it's saying 79.3 on 56 snaps, but for a young man, taking on, and he's not going to replace Fred Warner, because you don't replace a Fred Warner, but to step in those shoes as a team captain, as a play caller, this was really big for him against a formidable opponent. And they were a quality opponent, man. They ran the ball very, very well. So this was really good for him. And Malik Mustafa is at a 67.8 on 45 snaps. We had wide receiver Sky Moe. Man, that sounds like a dude who played basketball. Sky Moore dunk on you, man. He was at a 91.4 with this 3 snaps. I mean, he must have did something right 3 times. So that was good. Luke Farrell is at a 90.8. Jake Brindle, who had the pancake, y'all, 83.2. That's the first time I seen Jake Brindle really pancake somebody. And speaking of the angel, my man Dion, man, what's going on, man? If you got time, drop on through, man. Holla at your boy. I've opened it up for everybody. Everybody might be at work, or y'all might be sneaking a peek or whatever you want to do. But I appreciate y'all being in here. I'm tracking at 23 in the chat. Colton McKivitz, he had a pretty solid game. I know a lot of us give Colton McKivitz a lot of grief, but he is not that bad. And he made a steady progression last year, just becoming more solid. Is he the second coming of Anthony Munoz or anything like that, or ready to replace the great Trent Williams? No, but he, as a starting right tackle in the National Football League, he's, to me, about above average. He's pretty decent. And he was at an 81.6. And CMC had some yards out this jump, man. CMC ran for 100. What he ran for? 129, then added another 72 from scrimmage as far as receiving too. CMC was just a very integral and pivotal part of the success that was the San Francisco 49ers. He just was. And that's the thing about PFF grades. Some guys absolutely hate it. I know Ty Austin's in here, as well as I don't know if he's in here, but he's been a staunch advocate against PFF, along with David McNiner. Well, I got to get my picks in, David McNiner. But they quantify actions and penalties and mistakes within a game. They have it's a system of a +2 or plus minus per a +2 or a -2 for every play. And then they do some percentages and then weigh it on the time in which you did it. So it's some quantifiable way to track each player. And I'm assuming they're not just mailing it in, but they are, hashtag GOD. There you go, Christian Carver. Love that, my man. Love it. So I'm assuming that they do their research, and they got somebody sitting here with a clicker saying that was a good play, that was not a good play, that was a good play, that was, and it's kind of the only thing we have. And if it's something better, then by all means, get with Terradome, and we can come up with a quantitative process of judging players to grade players week by week. And I would love to do it if I had the capacity of, what's that? Would that be a developer or a coder? I think that's coding. I'd love to be the one to come up with an app, man. An app. Those apps guys make that big money, but it's the only thing we got right now that is structured and you can get the information off of it. That's all I say. That's all I say. And a lot of times it lines up, but a lot of times you're like, they called him he's 83. What, that dude sucks. So it does happen. As far as the rest of the NFL and the weekend went, I gotta say, man, I did take a hit.
What's your excuse? Sir, excuse for what, sir? What happened? Huh? Don't nobody know nothing?
What had happened was...
Yay, didn't go too well on the pick segment for me against Wolfie. Who lost? I had the Jags over the Rams, and those Jags let me down over there in Joliet, England. Let me get my big screen up here. Yeah, in Joliet, England, they lost to the Rams. I thought the Rams would be down because Puka Nacua wasn't going to play, and I figured the Jags, they beat us, so, they be prime time against the Rams, but nope, didn't happen. And then them Philadelphia Eagles, them mugs jumped up and got me against Minnesota. There was a late pick six, and they won by I think it was 6. I think it was 28-22. Wichita played really good ball, man. Jalen Hurts played very effective ball. Didn't throw it too much, but when he did, he made him count. And 40 rounds, 40 hits. I think he went 22 of 24, somewhere around there. He had a very, very high percentage and a very efficient game. So I went 0 for there with Wolfie. So he's on our tail. The overall record for our thing is going 4-3 now. It's tightened up 4-3 for the season. And then the U loss, man. Oh, that hurt. Oh. See, because, and I'll end it on this, man. It's so much bias for the ACC. The SEC is powerhouse city. It's got several teams in there, and every draft, predominantly, there are going to be great SEC players, and a lot of them. They are the presumptive AAA of National Football League. They're the AAA of National Football League. And the guy cuts it in the ACC, he's considered, a dog. He's considered the dude. But the ACC is special to me because this is how I look at it. The ACC doesn't produce as many per volume as the SEC does. But coming out of the ACC, we get a lot of special ball players. And what I mean by that, we don't have the numbers that the SEC does. But names like Fitzgerald, Aaron Donald, Michael Vick, Frank Gore, Ray Lewis, Lamar Jackson, they come out of the ACC. But if you just go top to bottom on, man, the SEC had 50 guys drafted. It ain't the same. It ain't the same. And go Buckeyes, baby. Yeah, but Buckeyes is the class. I mean, they are who everybody's looking up at right now. It's a far gone conclusion. The Buckeyes will be playing around New Year's for the national championship. It's just a question of who are they going to be playing and who else makes the tournament right now. And you got an open opportunity to make it happen. You got an open opportunity to make things happen. That's all I'm saying. And we blew it messing around with Louisville. And Louisville always plays us tough, man. Louisville is nice. It's a good program. They always got somebody in there. You're like, who? That's where Lamar came from. So it happened, man. William the Refrigerator Perry. Look at that. Yeah. You went back on that. What's up, Steve-O? How you doing today, man? Steve-O is in that building, ladies and gentlemen. He's in the building. He said, if y'all can win out, man, it still might have a shot at finishing in the top 2 in the ACC. Yeah, we got the big one coming up will be SMU for the regular season. They always play us really tough. And I don't know if we play Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech give us trouble too, man. But, I just wanted to ride that number 2 as long as it's been a while since we've been number 2 in the country. Then laid an egg. I'm like, oh no, dope. So, hey, it happens. What I got on 49er news? Let me share that. In 49er news, we got Bryce Huff, the aforementioned. He has a hamstring injury. It looks like he's going to be out a couple of weeks. That hamstring, man, we got to do something about this. Yeah, soft tissues, man. They got to be able to be prevented. We really got to look at our strength and conditioning or performance or whatever they're calling it. It just ain't cool. It just ain't cool. Again, that's stuff on Bryce Huff. Brock may or may not be able to play against the Texans. We'll let that play out. Excuse me. We'll let that play out. He's still dealing with the effects of the turf toe. He's not at a pristine level. And here's something I found on the internet. Compliments of 49ers web zone. There was like the Tennessee Titans look like they might release Tyler Lockett. Tyler Lockett, if he hasn't been released already, would y'all consider Tyler Lockett coming into the family? He's always been a solid player to me. He's always been a very solid player. And we're going to be looking at the big thing everybody, I think, has been looking at in terms of bringing a free agent in here or bringing somebody else in here to trade for has been Hendrickson from Cincinnati, a fierce pass rusher. But some people are, they're getting on money and we'll have them for a 1-year rental versus somebody we can have long-term and things of that nature. I just want the guy here. I think before anybody, Trey Hendrickson fits the San Francisco 49ers. There's some other names that are getting tossed about, like Thibodeau in New York. And, man, them Giants took a tremendous – when was the last time – and there is no – it's a rhetorical question. Somebody came back and scored 33 points in the fourth quarter to win a game. Ain't nobody ever never heard of that. So they feeling a little down about themselves. But they got some – they were leading for 3 quarters. They were leading for 3.5, almost 3 3/4 of the game, 3 3/4 of the game. But nonetheless, they're going to be looking at selling some things off. I don't like Thibodeau too much. He's a step away from, in terms of attitude, around Ndamukong Suh to me. Ndamukong Suh. And it's not that he's dirty. He's just got a way about him. I don't think he'll fit with us. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to the stage right now, I got Niner Empire DMV. Niner Empire DMV, what it is, my man. Stop it through.
What's up?
Let me give you some applause, man. Let me give you some. Give you a little bit.
How's everything going? Doing good, you know. Miami took a loss this past weekend, you know. It's not a big deal. I'd rather
Yeah,
lose now than lose later.
yeah, man. Louisville got me, man. I thought we was gonna do it, but oh. And then there was some upsets in the NFL on my little pool, man. I get down with David McNiner and the boys on Wednesday. We make our picks and stuff like that. Couple games ain't go the way I thought they were gonna go, man. Them Jaguars. I get mad when people play us out of their mind, and then you say, "Well, I know y'all gonna come and give it to the Rams to help me out." Man,
Yeah.
lay an egg, man.
They laid a bad egg. Like I was shocked. I was like, well, the way they played us, I was like, I know they're gonna play the Rams harder. Nope.
Right?
They went left. They went left quick. I was like,
Yeah, they got me. Bradley Chubb,
I,
what do you think about Bradley Chubb, man? Would you bring
I'm
Bradley Chubb in here?
gonna be honest. We should have traded for Crosby last year when they was giving away people from the Raiders. We just gave them a third round pick, got him for nothing. Shit, Devontae Adams went for a third round pick to the Jets. So they were giving away people. But now, I'm gonna be honest, I think we need to just play our roster. Don't
Okay,
trade for nobody.
I like
Don't
that.
trade for nobody. Just play your roster. See who you got. See who you have on your defense. See all these young players that's playing right now. Let them develop. This is how the old school NFL used to work. You draft somebody, you let them go through preseason, you let them go through training camp, and you play them.
Yeah,
You see what they do. Look what Winters. Look at how Winters playing. Look how
Winters
he
balled
playing.
out. He nice. He
Tatum
nice.
Bethune. He been on our roster for how long? 3 years.
3 years.
Look what look what he's doing. So like you got to give people a shot. That's like on offense. We gotta get Jordan Watkins in the mix. We gotta get Isaac Garendo in the mix. Jordan
If
James.
they can get healthy, man, these injuries, dude, I don't remember it like this. It didn't, I didn't come up with a whole bunch of injuries getting into the sixth game of the season. I know you might have some owies here and there, man, but everybody just hurt.
Hamstring injuries are very, very ticky tack. Usually we all know you play football, you know they say hamstring injury is something else. Because because a hamstring really that's all about stretching, hydration, and staying limber and
Yeah,
staying loose.
yeah.
So if you pulling hamstrings, you're not loose. You're not stretching. You're not hydrating properly. And you
Preventable.
cannot tell me 6 people got hamstring injuries and these are professional athletes and they don't know how to stay loose.
Something wrong.
Something's not right. But
Wrong.
like I tell everybody, this is a combination of a lot of things. You are now thinking about Brock Purdy is still out. Mac
Yep.
Jones is balling. But what did we say 7 months ago? What did I say? I said, don't pay him. Let him play his contract out. See what he can do in his last year. Everybody's like, pay him. I said, this is the same thing we did with Jimmy Garoppolo. I said, franchise tag him. All my chapters said, why would you franchise tag him? I said, because he's fool's gold because he's coming from the Patriots. You don't know what you get with the Patriots. The Patriots always trade high. They trade anybody that has any high potential so they can get draft picks. What did Jimmy do his second year? He got injured. After the 5 games he won, he got injured.
Yeah.
So it, Brock Purdy got paid. What happened? Turf toe injury. And turf toe is not an injury that
Turf
just
toe,
goes away.
man. That turf toe, man. That turf toe is real. As you see, the Cincinnati
Look at
bench
Leon.
went out and got Flacco to come up in there because that will ruin a career. That's what happened.
Yes.
That's what happened to the great Patrick Willis. You start
Mhm.
that turf toe, man. It sounds trivial. It sounds like, oh, he stubbed his toe, but that turf toe, man, they do breakdown.
Yeah.
That thing real. That thing real.
And then you look at how our D line is developing. Look at Collins. Look at Mikael Williams, CJ West. Look at Elliott, Jordan Elliott, Kalia Davis. They're developing.
Yeah.
Nick Bosa getting hurt. All my chapter people know I don't like Nick
He
Bosa. I
has
don't like
never,
I don't like him.
ladies and
I
gentlemen,
don't.
let me go ahead and preface this, ladies and gentlemen. I have to tell you that Niner Empire DMV has never been a Nick Bosa guy. He ain't about Nick Bosa or his brother Joey up there in
Nope.
Buffalo.
Because they all follow the same trait as their father, injury prone.
Yeah.
They all, so let's see. Nick Bosa has had an injury in high school, torn ACL. Got that done. When he went to college, last year in college, he had an oblique injury, sat him out for the rest of the what? Rest of the college year.
Yeah.
Came to us with his second season, torn ACL. Now we going on this is his what, 7th year or 8th year?
Yeah.
Another torn ACL. But the boy that I wanted, Josh Allen Hines. People are like, why'd you want Josh Allen Hines? I said, no injuries. Lead on his college team, has never missed a game, is a pivotal point on that D line
He
at
is.
the end. It has decent numbers. Max Crosby got almost the same amount of numbers as Nick Bosa, has not been injured. But everybody's so happy to get the Corvette. Sometimes there's nothing wrong with getting the damn Honda with the daggone fuel engine in it.
You're gonna have to pay for that gas and those repairs and that maintenance. Yeah.
And a lot of people are gonna always say, "Well, Nick Bosa, you see, with him being gone, the defense is hurting." I said because we never use our other D lineman. We count on him. Next man up. Your defense should not be crumbling on the line when one person goes down. You should be able to plug in a next person to step into them shoes. But you can't because on our team, we don't do it the 49er way. And I keep preaching this.
Mm-hmm.
We don't do stuff the 49er way. We didn't go get an offensive line. You extended Colt McKivitz. Brindle is trash. Hennessy played better than Brindle. We need to look at maybe playing Hennessy more at center, and he's going to get a chance because Brindle's going to be out for a while. Cody's having a sophomore slump. We get it. Trent Williams, you have nobody to replace him right now. There's nobody behind him that you really trust to take his spot if he goes down or he retires.
Spencer Burford's still injured, but even
how long he been injured? Like our whole team is injured. Like if you blow on them, they will be injured. Like literally, a gust of wind might blow the daggone kick away and injure him. Like I don't know. It's bad. Like we've seen our team have injury, but to be this injured at the time of the year and still be able to grind out some wins is good.
Oh yeah,
it's great coaching.
This is crazy. This
is great coaching. It's great coaching. Now I got to give Robert Saleh. Robert Saleh coming back helps our team win games.
That is every man. Shout out Robert. Shout out to great Robert Saleh, man. If Robert Saleh won't hear, bruh, people be ready to jump ship. If we still had, I know if we still had Nick Sorensen, it might be some bad. It might be some bad.
We'd be 0-7 right now. It was so many of our games we won off Robert Saleh calling the right defense at the right time. Call it what it is. Robert Saleh is literally our saving factor this season.
Robert Saleh, man, he is.
Kyle Shanahan, he's doing the best he can do with injuries, but Kyle, you should have drafted an offensive lineman. You
I
should have
know,
signed free
man.
agent linemen. You had all these linemen out there. You didn't go get them. So
Shannon's
now you got to wing
doing a
it.
great job. Shannon's doing a great job with what he's got, man. But yeah, this is chickens coming home to roost
We are
from
taking
from that,
spam
that
and making it into filet
22
mignon.
draft, the Trey Lance draft, the third round guys with Latu and Drop
Yep.
Two and Moody and
I
yeah,
mean, all the decisions you've made since 2017 on down is affecting you now. It's affecting you. Just
wish
think if we would have got,
and
just
they
think if we would have got
look
Deshaun Watson or Patrick Mahomes.
look at this league, man. Look, we could step right into this. Look at all the 5
Yes.
and 2s. You got Lions, Bucks, Rams, Lions mentioned twice, and the Eagles. It's no clear cut dominator
No.
on
And
any given
everybody's
Sunday.
not,
All of them can be beat by
no
either
one's
of
found their identity right now. Everybody's still trying to figure out their identity, and that's a good thing for us because we're still trying. We know we are a running team. Kittle coming back, you really didn't run him on a lot of routes, but he was a hell of a blocker. But that's what you're paying for, to be a glorified blocker. It is what it is. I'm got around that. Yes, he will retire a Niner. And he will be the best blocking tight end we've ever had
man.
since
Incredible.
Brett Jones and Greg and Clark and
Yeah, I
shit.
was
I even think
Russ,
Delaney Walker was a good
Russ
blocker. But
Francis.
like, and it's sad. Eric Johnson from Yale. so, so
You
like,
went back in the
uh,
archives. That one.
yeah. So like, I mean, but you think about it. It helped the run game this Sunday, but
Oh, it did.
you
It,
you still are now trying to every week you're doing connect four. All right, well, you putting the pieces together. We putting the puzzle together every week. It's like, all right, this person's out, like, let's put this next person there. All right, this
yeah.
person's out, all right, put this next person there. But I to be honest, I like it like this. I like it like this because it shows what type of dynamic you have on this team. What young person is going to stand up and actually take the chance and be that guy to be a difference maker? Chase Lucas.
Love that kid. Love that kid. You know, he remind me of one of those defensive backs from New England in the 2000s, like a McCourty, like a
Mm,
Law, like they're very, very heady. They know the game. They get in good positions. They make plays. They just make not household names. It's not Darrell Revis. It's not Aeneas Williams. It's not prime time. None of that. But whenever you need a play, somehow that little number 26 is around there somewhere. And then when they interview him, man, oh man, the kid just blows me away. I've been just so blown away with these young guys. Bethune, also Chase
Winters.
Lucas, and Pinheiro. Pinheiro, man, they were talking about
Pinheiro, De Niro.
his
Yeah.
man, Pinheiro. He was talking about his mom and his dad, and just what it means to him, and how much they sacrificed and worked, and how he
He
just
walks
really
by
tries to
faith.
get out there and do for him. Man, he's a good guy.
But that's what
Wonderful
you
young man.
want. You
Yeah.
want more players like that. Like everybody was like, man, we got rid of Debo. I said, you need to get rid of Debo. He got an ego. He gotta go. Like you gotta get rid of. Kyle needs to understand that if he really wants to win a Super Bowl, he has to do it the 49 way. People have to buy in. And people have to understand your ego has to be dumbed down to make this team work.
Yeah.
I don't care if you're the highest paid player, you still practice. I don't care if you got the most tackles. I respect Fred Warner because the fact that he was injured and he was down there giving his players dap as they came
Man.
off the field. Have you ever seen Nick Bosa do that? No, not one time.
I ain't gonna say nothing. Who?
But everybody gets on me, but like,
I
well,
can't. I
that's
can't
not
do
being
nothing
a
but put the
team
crickets
player.
up.
He's not a team player. He's a individual. And when that's fine, I'm gonna use you for what you're good for. I need you to get sacks and set the edge. You ain't gotta be a team player. But remember, as long as I've been a 49er fan, I've always believed in the old school way. How Jerry Rice told Dion, we don't do that. That's not how we
Yeah,
do things. We do things the 49er way. And you know what? I'm always believing that, no matter what. That's never going to stop. You do it the 49er way or you don't do it at all. And you can believe in who you want to be when it comes to politics. You're not even supposed to bring politics in the locker room. He did that. So, like, these are things that everybody was like, why would you trade Nick Bosa? I could have got top dollar for that man. Like, what? Like, and I don't care
yeah.
who see this. I've never cared for Nick Bosa. I respect his ability, but I don't care for him as a team player because he's never shown me being a team player. And that's not doing it the 49er way. And if you're an old school 49er fan, you understand where I'm coming from.
And
You was
speaking of team players, we got an ultimate team player here. He's the neon in the Dion. Ladies and gentlemen, Niner Gang Podcast, Light Skin Mafia.
You
Dion,
know it.
ladies and gentlemen, Dion is here. Dion is here.
what's up, Dion?
Standing with you, DMV.
You got it, bro. What you drinking on?
Oh, so
Ready?
because I work a later shift, I go in later, so I work out before I go. So it's just a protein shake, bro.
All right.
Oh, well, look at him staying in shape.
All right. Yeah.
The older you get, the worse off your body becomes.
Bruh.
You ain't never lied.
Shoot.
You ain't never lied.
Hey, I washed them clothes and brought them up the steps yesterday, man. I was like, good Lord.
Yeah.
Felt like
If
I've
you
been
see
on the
something
sled.
the dude who did a meme of 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s. And he's like, in your 20s, like you just get up like it's nothing. In your 30s, you get up just a little slower. In your 40s, you go, and then your 50s, you just start hearing stuff creak, and there's different things that sounds that your body's making that's confusing. So, I've been trying to just stay on top of it and whatnot, but good to see everybody. Of course, nothing but love to you, TD. The Lord is blessing
Love
in your
for
presence
you,
again,
man.
good brother.
Hey, good win. Good win.
Very good
Sunday
win.
night football in front of God, Jesus, and everybody, man.
I got a
Solid
question
win.
for both. I got a question for both of you guys, and I'd love
Go
to
ahead,
hear.
brother.
There's a really old saying: "If it ain't broke, don't fix it."
All right.
I know where he's going. I know where he's going.
You know where I'm now. Here's the thing.
And I'm already on your page.
Let me land the plane before you answer, okay? And I this is why I like you, DMV, because we always be on the same page. We don't want to do what Atlanta's do, okay? I don't want to pay Brock Purdy, hundreds of millions of dollars to sit on the bench and do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, it looks like Mac is making things work as best he can. And he's doing a good enough job to the point where we're still winning games. Mac Jones is 4-1, people. He's a backup.
Yeah.
He is not the starter. Brock Purdy is the unquestioned starter. Now, here's the beauty of Mac Jones. Mac Jones will get up there every single time and remind you, this is Brock Purdy's team. This ain't my team. I'm just here to help.
Yeah.
Now, one thing that I give Kyle Shanahan credit for, now I don't give him a lot of credit, he can get you paid.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle will get you paid.
Get your money.
If you are on his staff, Kyle will give you a title that you never even had. You'd never even done nothing. But magically, you go somewhere else and that title actually gets you paid. So I give him credit for that. So my question is, when Brock's healthy, should he take the job back, or should we just stay with the Mac Daddy Mac Jones? Y'all tell me.
Tara, you go first.
Hey, man, you follow the hot hand. That's how Jim Harbaugh used to do.
Yes, sir.
You follow the hot hand.
And Kyle used to do that too with his running backs. Remember that.
If it's hot,
we had Mostert and Coleman, you would see either one. Whoever was hot was who got the rock.
That's my thing. The hot hand, and we'll see what we see. But I tell you what, man, if that daggone Brock Purdy right, it's a reason, y'all. It's a reason why that offensive line has not shown its warts. It came out. It came to fruition last week. You could see how that offensive line was porous, and people was like, "God, that offensive line is already gonna get the kid killed." Brock was hiding them warts, man. Brock was hiding a lot of warts, and when you sit back in a traditional Brock's nimbleness is off the chain. Now, being as though he's hurt with the turf toe, this limits him a little bit. But a healthy Brock, man, that kid got it. That kid got it. That's just my dude. I'm crazy about him. But I understand and respect the fact that, you'll try to follow the hot hand. But go.
I'm right with Rob. I'm gonna say it like this. You do go with the hot hand. And I'm not gonna mess up my chemistry when I have somebody that says he does it. He is doing it the 49 way. Mac Jones is doing it the 49 way. He's saying, "This is not my team. This is Brock's team. I'm just happy to fill in the shoes of Brock Purdy and will us to a win." That's doing it the 49 way. Not starting no quarterback controversy, nothing. But we all know Kyle is now sitting, damn, I could go back to Brock Purdy, but is he really healthy? Mac Jones is winning games. People are rallying behind him. They're following him. They are giving their all for him. That's what you want in a quarterback.
Yeah.
Brock came back for one game because we had Mac Jones was hurt. He couldn't do it. And you didn't want to go with the third string quarterback. And he shit the bed because he was still hurt. So that taste is still in people's mouth. So you're going to have to keep going with Matt because he's the high hand.
Mm-hmm.
And if he gets you to 10 wins, you now have a quarterback controversy.
Yeah.
Because you didn't pay somebody like you did with Jimmy Garoppolo. So you made the mistake twice. You should have franchise tagged Jimmy Garoppolo because it was only 5 games. Every quarterback that came from the Patriots was fool's gold. But you said you got your guy. Second year get injured. So let's go to Brock Purdy. He takes you to the NFC Championship, got injured. Comes back, takes you to the NFC Championship, takes you to the Super Bowl. Doesn't win the Super Bowl, but he does good. You pay Christian McCaffrey, then you turn around trying to figure out how to pay Brock Purdy. Instead of letting him play out his contract to see whether or not he can withstand a season, because the season he had last year, we saw the 7th round pick, Mr. Irrelevant, Brock Purdy, because he had no weapons around.
Yeah.
When you don't have weapons around certain people, they become a systems quarterback. So there you question whether or not he's a system quarterback. And there's nothing wrong with being a system quarterback. Don't ever think that's a bad thing. Because many quarterbacks have made money and have willed teams to win and get close to the playoffs and win a Super Bowl being a system quarterback. But to pay him the money that you paid him, and he's sitting on the bench while a backup quarterback who you really wanted to draft over Trey Lance, you was able to get, and he's winning you games right now. So you got your crush. You got your crush that you always wanted, and he's doing everything you wanted. You're going to keep going with Mac Jones because he's winning you games. He's keeping the team happy. He's having everybody like looking forward to every game and fighting to win. The defense is trying to get the ball back to Mac Jones. Return of the Mac. Like, it is what it is. You go with the hot hand.
So I will say this. I like the fact that you brought up what you brought up about Trey Lance and wins. Because what I will say is There was a disrespectful comment by one Jake Brendel who is currently injured. And look, I hope that you get healthy, Jake, but I hope you move on and go elsewhere. I do not want you here. You suck as a center. You are trash. And we all know that. Matt Hennessy didn't look so bad when he came in cleanup duty. Didn't seem to be too bad on my end. I think he was okay. I mean, looked all right.
Agree.
But
You
what
could ding that.
did was they were talking. You could, but I don't think you're not going to get a first. The most you might get is a back end second. Honestly, yes. I think Mac Jones' worth right now, if you're talking about trade value, is the third. That's probably the max you're going to get. Nobody's giving you a second. I doubt that highly. But what I was saying was they were in the locker room talking to the players, and they were asking the players because Trey Lance gifted, everybody some stuff. And he's like, oh, well, that's nice, but Brock's bringing us wins. So your first comment out your mouth after a man took his hard-earned money and bought you something is to be ungrateful and take a shot at it. So, me personally,
who did this? Who did that?
Jake Brendel.
Jake Brendel.
He was on camera, and he literally said they asked him about the gift that he received from Trey Lance, and he said, "Well, the gift's nice, but Brock's bringing us wins." Oh, I can tell you right now. Look, I'm not the pettiest person, but I can tell you right now, everything in Jake Brendel locker would have been gone. I'd have snatched it right back. Oh, you're gonna be ungrateful like that? Give me this, man. You don't deserve that.
Wait, Trey Lance got him a gift.
Trey Lance got everybody gifts. I think he bought them like a sound system or something like that, like sound bar for their home. Like he just basically took money and just gave gifts because it was Christmas time.
Oh, okay.
And he took it upon himself to do that. Just a kind gesture. But for you to disrespect that gesture, like, come on, bro.
Yeah.
Really? That's what we doing. So for me personally, I look at it like this.
Some things are better left unsaid.
Healthy, putting back out there. Because you have to. You really can't leave that kind of money on the bench. And to be honest with you, nobody is taking that contract. Nobody. Why do you think Kirk Cousins is still sitting in Atlanta? Because ain't nobody taking that contract.
That man is.
Can we have a little sidebar conversation on how the quarterback is overvalued? Let's do it. Let's do it right now. You know what?
They got to do what they got to do. I mean, if they paying for it, you get the money. It just
TD. I'm gonna show you this right now. So this is exactly what we're gonna do. Okay. Where are let's go standings. Okay, we can go division by division, and I can tell you if they overpaid the quarterback. Okay, and y'all tell me if y'all agree or not really quick. New England Patriots, we don't even count them. They have Drake May, they're not overpaying him. That means nothing. Buffalo Bills, do you think Josh Allen is overpaid, or do you think he's been paid right?
For his market and where he at, he's paid right.
Okay.
He's gonna get there, but they just first, so they're never gonna get there.
What's going on, Jet? So now this one I know y'all will all agree with me. Miami Dolphins, you wasted your money.
Yes.
You wasted every single
tremendously. Yeah. You wasted your money all across the board with Miami.
But sorry.
He was a first round pick. They just love him. I mean, the market dictated that he get.
I don't care if he was.
Remember, people were tanking for Tua. That was the big thing.
Yes,
tanking for Tua. They wanted some Tua, and they got the Tua. And the head coach told you, "I don't like this dude, man. I want Justin Herbert." And they fired him for it.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. We're gonna get to him too. Mm-hmm. So we all agree. Tua overpaid.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, for what you've given the team, what your production has been, you are overpaid. At the end of the day, I understand the market, I understand all of that. But at the end of the day, you are overpaid. I paid for something and they benching him because he can't play because he's bad. Should have known that. So next up, we got the New York Jets. We don't even need to talk about them. We just know the Jets' offense is never fire and their defense is always going to be good. It's just how it is. We don't even need to ask questions for that because they're not overpaying nobody because they suck. They just do. It's very unfortunate.
They had Aaron Rodgers.
The league is 0-7. They are chasing the Detroit Lions 0-16 record. That's bad. That's bad. Next up, Pittsburgh Steelers. Aaron Rodgers. I don't think he's overpaid. He's old. They paid him what he's worth.
Yep.
I think he's okay.
And he's doing what he always does.
Exactly.
That's a good example. That's a good example.
Man get 60.
And that situation. So that's the situation about ego of Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones was so egotistical in saying, I'm not going to pay a defensive end that's been the pivotal person on your defense, who's made your defense to be schemeful. You let him go to the goddamn Green Bay Packers for pennies on a dollar. You didn't get nothing really for him. And you never do well with your draft picks sometimes. You are hit and miss just like us. So you couldn't pay that boy.
30 years for a Super Bowl too.
And then Dak Prescott could have easily said, I'll take a pay cut so we can keep Micah. He ain't even do that.
Oh no, he ain't.
Because it's the culture. Your culture determines how your players are going to move when it comes to trying to keep people.
He having a good year this year, though. I gotta say, Dak putting up big numbers.
Good year. Oh, don't worry. I'm gonna hold my comments for Dak because we'll get to him in just a second. So, Cincinnati Bengals. I think Joe Burrow is being paid top dollar, and he should be.
What's up, Red Jet?
I think Joe Burrow deserves every dime. I do.
Okay. He hurt too.
He hurt, but when Burrow's on the field, he's money.
But the thing about he's hurt because he is in a situation like we are. You didn't invest in the offensive line.
True
so
that.
he's no different. He's no different than what's the name with the Colts. Mm-hmm. He kept begging for a line. Mm-hmm. Couldn't get a line. That's why he retired early.
Andrew Luck. Yeah.
Andrew Luck.
Andrew Luck would have never retired if he had an offensive line. He would have never retired early.
The only person that Andrew Luck ever had on his offensive line that was good was Quentin Nelson.
Yep. That was it. But and he was young.
Yeah, he was young. So Cleveland Browns, we ain't even gonna talk about their quarterback situation. Let's just move on. That is dumpster fire.
Lamar.
He betted on himself, and he's a 2-time MVP. Okay. He gets him to the playoffs. Mm-hmm. He gets them to the AFC Championship. But the thing about Lamar is, once again, that's a team that does not get the weapons that he freaking needs. He needs deep, big target receivers. He has all these undersized receivers, and they keep depending on old Andrews to keep willing them out. He keeps losing them games in pivotal moments. Clutch situation, he's losing. But I commend Lamar for backing his tight end, but it gets to a point where you're just too old to really play in the big game. And you need to retire.
And to be honest with you, Lamar is doing exactly what you're supposed to do. I'm going to back you in public, but in private, I'm going to get off in you.
Yes. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's how you're supposed to do it. So the next person is going down. Look, Daniel Jones deserves every penny, even though he ain't getting paid much. Daniel Jones.
So you already know what that's about, right? That's another Geno. That's a Geno Smith all over.
Yeah, they had to read these resurrection projects, and hey, sometimes people need a change of venue, and but when he was in New York, they was like, oh, he's a bum. You get the right system. People around you. Everybody needs a system. Everybody needs people around them. This fictitious fallacy that there is a quarterback that can do it without anybody around them.
Yeah, there isn't.
Is a falsity.
No,
You
it's
need
just got,
you need an offensive line, you need weapons,
Yep.
you need a running game, you need a defense.
It goes back to when they used to malign Alex Smith for his play. I always told people, I said, if you put Tom Brady, Drew Brees, Peyton Manning, you just take three of those people. I named three of the greatest quarterbacks to ever touch the field. If you run them through the same amount of coordinators that you did Alex Smith, they would not be who they are. They did not wind up failing because they had consistency. You cannot expect a quarterback to learn a different system every single year and have good.
Yeah,
output.
that's
It does not work.
and that's why when Harbaugh came,
them
because
cosplaying.
he's Captain Comeback. He been a quarterback. He know how to talk to him. He like, look, I know you what you've been going through. Multiple coordinators. Look, all I need you to do is just learn this system and don't turn the ball over.
Yeah.
And I got your back. I'm gonna be behind you. I'm gonna build you up. And that's what he's doing with Justin Herbert. His numbers have changed.
If I'm a quarterback and my head coach walks up to me, gives me a little something before the game, hits me on both shoulder pads, punches me in the chest, he's giving me. I'm running through a wall for you, brother. I'm running through a titanium plated wall. I'm getting into anything. You know why? Because you believe in me, and I don't want to let you down. And that's the beauty of that. That's the beauty of that relationship. But next up, we got Trevor Lawrence. I'm sorry. I believe Trevor Lawrence is overpaid.
Yes.
Sorry. I believe he's overpaid.
He got his contract. He's still on his rookie deal, right?
No. He got a big contract already.
He got a big contract. They extended him. They extended him 2 years ago?
Woo! Big money.
He's extended. So, yeah, he's not worth the money he's getting paid.
Yeah, he ain't worth it. Now, CJ Stroud is still on his rookie contract. We can bypass that. He's not being overpaid. Cam Ward, rookie contract. And look, for the life of me, the only thing I'm going to say about this is Tennessee, get a damn line. Don't let that young boy die out there. Get an offensive line.
And that's my boy. That's my boy. And I'll be looking at his face. I mean, he looking like Carr out there doing with the Texans, bro.
He dejected.
Hey, look, and here's the thing.
My dude.
Carr was actually a good quarterback. They just never gave him nothing. They never put a line in front of him. They never put it all those years. And he had Andre Johnson, DeAndre Hopkins. This dude had weapons, but he couldn't get a line in front of him to save his life.
56 times he got sacked.
God,
56 times.
They murdered that boy.
Sound like Floyd Mayweather. 56 have tried. 56 have failed.
Oh no, it reminds you of the Kobe commercial. Hey, how many hours do you want, Kobe? 81.
81.
Oh, put that comment up there. TD, that most recent comment. Put that up there.
I know the Chiefs have struggled.
Actually, no, the one right before it.
Still deserves everything.
My bad.
But look when they paid him.
This comment is
have done pretty well.
True. Those young ladies are doing a bang up job in India.
Yeah, them Irish.
Fantastic work. Those and what you see it, they are on the field. They're not playing. They're looking at going, we are tired. Look, God rest his soul. They love their dad. But at the end of the day, unfortunately, Irsay had some demons he couldn't deal with.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That man had it was that bottle and it was that snow. Okay. Look, I have seen just about any and every drug you can think of in this world, and I've seen the effects of all of them on different people. If there is one thing that you cannot do is mix alcohol and a hard drug. Because you just fall into nothingness.
Yeah.
And that's unfortunately what happened with Irsay. But those guys are doing great. So the next person up here is going to be, we're skipping the Denver Broncos. Bo Nix is on a rookie contract. We ain't even going to talk about the Raiders. That's a waste of time. So what do y'all think of Justin Herbert being paid? Do you think he deserves his money?
So the thing about Justin Herbert is you have to let the Jim Harbaugh effect play its course.
Okay.
Once you let that play its course, look at his numbers from before Jim Harbaugh got there and now.
Okay.
For 2 years, his numbers have gotten better. So
Okay.
now that's equaling up to where it might be it was worth paying him, but it takes a person like Harbaugh to bring the best out of you when
Yeah,
it
he
comes to a
unlocks it.
quarterback.
He unlocks
He
it.
unlocks it. He is the true definition of a quarterback guru.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah. He's
Andy
got
Reid, quarterback
multiple
guru.
guys, multiple systems,
Yes, he's
multiple players. Hey, it is. I'm a big Jim Harbaugh disciple, if you will. I'm crazy about Big Jim, and it's just a matter of time. And Herbert's just he's got immense talent, man. I done seen that dude go from one side of the field and throw that thing to the other side of the field, 70 yards down. I mean, he
I'm
he
gonna
he
I'm gonna
can do
say
it.
I'm
He
gonna say
shows flashes. It's just a matter of stacking consistent performances, and it's gonna happen if you get the right defense around them and some other things hit here and there. It's
I'm gonna
tailor made for him.
I'm gonna say this on the quarterback guru thing because I need people to stop saying the Kyle Shanahan system works with any quarterback. It does not.
No,
It doesn't. People stop saying that and stop. And I need ESPN. This includes Ryan Clark and all of these people.
Yeah, they
Stop saying that because it's a lie, and you know it's a bold-faced lie. Because if any quarterback would work, then we would have never got rid of C.J. Beathard or Nick Mullins.
Yeah, you'd had a Brian Hoyer.
Yeah, we
You'd had all
Hoyer,
those.
we had Mullins. We had
Nick Mullins would be a household name.
I always said
Trey
this.
Lance would have came in here and balled out and
Thank you.
had basically Jaden Daniels'
Mhm.
career.
Mhm.
That's basically was the trajectory of what Trey Lance was supposed to do. It took a miracle. Brock Purdy is a miracle.
Yes.
If that never happens, dude, I don't know where the San Francisco 49ers are. Everybody's got these short-term memories, and it's real good, but I didn't hear none of you SOBs. When we were going to NFC championships and Super Bowls, and he was outperforming Patrick Mahomes, I heard nobody, but all you dink and dunkers, a bad year, a whole bunch of injuries. You're all there. I call them content creators.
Yeah.
You know who you are. I didn't hear none of you. And the fact of the matter remains, basically what the San Francisco 49ers have, and this is one of them good problems. You can either go a Mac Maybach or a Brock Bentley. Now, I sure hate it for you other 31, but in my driveway sits a Bentley and a Maybach. And it depends on what I feel that day to drive. So you sit down and you bow down. I'm running this. My squad roll deep like foreign cars with 2 seats, a couple of 4s, a 5, a 6, and a couple of Jeeps. That's with my heat. I'm in this thing. That's what I'm saying.
Hey, I like it, man. So we already know Pat Mahomes deserves every dime he getting. You know what I'm saying? He brought that team Super Bowls and keeps them in contention every year. That's not even a question. We're not even talking about Geno Smith because he's a waste of time, unfortunately. But Philadelphia Eagles, I believe Jalen Hurts deserves every penny he gets.
Yes.
Jalen Hurts is on him when he was about to be drafted. I told everybody. They kept saying, "Oh, well, you know, he's not good." All I saw was the commentators malign and put him down. And Jalen Hurts ain't done nothing but come in here, beat Patrick Mahomes, something a lot of people can't do, and keep winning. And you can't be mad. I believe Jalen Hurts deserves every single penny.
And look at where he's playing at. He's playing in Philadelphia, the hardest crowd, hardest place to play in.
Oh yeah, they are unforgiving in Philadelphia.
I know, because when we sent the Phillies home, my Dodgers, you know what I'm saying, you know, we in the World Series, just so you know, our haters out there, I just want y'all to understand, you know what I'm saying, greatness is before you, you know, and yeah, you know, we might sweep that too. I'm just saying, I'm gonna throw it out there. You know, we might just sweep that too. But you got Jaden Daniels on the rookie contract, that means nothing. Jackson Dart's on the rookie contract, that means nothing. I'm gonna tell you right now, Dak
Jackson Dart's he's all right, man. He's fired.
But
I
to
like
me,
dude.
But I'm just talking about numbers. So that to me, Dak is overpaid. I'm sorry. I can't keep giving you this kind of money on a yearly basis. You can't win a playoff game. If there was one thing about Eli Manning, you knew he was a crap regular season quarterback. The few small times that the man made the playoffs, all he did was go and beat Tom Brady.
Yeah, boy. Yeah.
You can take that.
That's what's gonna get. That's what's gonna get him in the Hall of Fame.
He did that before his big brother did it. He can literally talk. He could literally go to the Thanksgiving dinner, go to the Christmas dinner, and look at the picture and go, "I can beat Tom. You can't."
Yeah.
I don't have this problem. I got him. I got him twice.
Yeah.
What was that? What was that commercial they did with Peyton Manning? Looks like it's me and Tom again. Nationwide is on your side.
But to me,
that man couldn't beat him.
Sorry, Dak is overpaid. I cannot keep paying you that kind of bread and you not bringing me no dang playoff wins. I am sorry, because what matters is the regular season to get to the playoffs. But when you in the playoffs, that matters. And to me, if I'm thinking from the mindset of an owner, I am not giving you a dime. I will move on if I cannot see the proper progression in you winning these games.
Dak is another version of Kirk Cousins.
Jerry, but that's his own fault.
You said let Dak another version of Kirk Cousins? Why? Because of money.
Because Kirk Cousins was smart. He got franchise tag twice with the Redskins, made money. Went to the Vikings, got 2 contracts out of them. Did not take them to anything close to the NFC Championship. Won 1 playoff game with the Vikings. Won 1 playoff game with the Commanders. Went to Atlanta.
I'd just be dinging every 5 seconds.
Went to Atlanta, played, changed the dynamic. You like that? Well, you had to pay him. And he still didn't get you to the playoffs.
He gambled on himself. He gambled on himself and won, man.
He's got a great. He has a great contract person under his belt. His agent is off the hizzy because there's no way this man
going to the Hall of Fame.
He's had 6 guaranteed contracts.
Thank you.
Big money.
6.
He get his paper. I gotta shout him out. Shout out to Kirk
and I gotta give him credit. If you're gonna take advantage of a situation, if you gonna give me guaranteed money, I'm gonna take it.
I'm not about that. Who am I to say no?
Kirk get his paper.
Person.
He get his paper.
I call him guaranteed Kirk. I do not call him Kirk Cousins. I call him guaranteed Kirk. Because he guaranteed to get paid every goddamn year. He is Ryan Fitzpatrick 2.0. Because Ryan Fitzpatrick win 5 games, guaranteed contract. Lose 7.
Money, man. He get his money.
He walking around in Miami with his chest out, got the chest hair, got the taco meat going, and everything.
looking like Al Pacino from Scarface.
But
like what?
Moving on to the NFC North, Jordan Love, he getting paid all right. He doing all right. I think he's doing okay. I think he deserves his money. When it comes down to the Detroit Lions, Jared Goff deserves every penny. Every penny. He's done what he's taking the Lions from obscurity to being relevant. He deserves every penny. I'm sorry. I think that man is doing really good things.
And Goff took them Rams to Super Bowl too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They just McVay knew that he wasn't the guy to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So, and he understood that. And I have no problem with that. But for him to go to Detroit, 8 Mile, and make them relevant,
that's
they ain't been relevant since the Bobby Lane curse.
Mm-hmm.
That's impressive. That's impressive.
Mm-hmm. And then you got with Minnesota and Chicago, we don't even need to talk about them. They ain't really they're not paying those guys that much. I will say this: the NFC South, the only person really being paid is Baker, and he deserves every penny. of all of his money because he's doing everything that he can to continue to keep them relevant. I mean, hell, he beat us without Emeka Egbuka, Chris Godwin, or Mike Evans. So, yes, Baker deserves every single dime of his money. Now, in the NFC West, yeah, the only person that don't deserve their money is Kyler Murray.
Well, we all know why. Because he only went to the NFL because of guaranteed money. He should have went to the. He went. Should have played baseball.
Honestly,
Everybody know why.
That baseball got money.
But the thing is, he
money.
but he would get guaranteed. But remember, he would have had to go to the minors. After the minors, work his way up. He goes to the NFL. He's guaranteed first round money.
Yeah,
and he knew he was going first round, so he was like, "I'll go there." But he doesn't have the love of the game. You can tell how he plays, bro. He always looks like the kid on that never gets picked to play until the end, and he really don't want to play, and he be like, "All right, I'll play."
Yeah,
you pick me last though.
He's got enough talent because you pick him, but he's he's that kid that his mom took him to play sports for recreation. She didn't take him to play sports to be great.
Yeah. For
She's
something
like,
to
just go out there and have fun.
He needed structure,
and you're good. Bring that participation trophy home. We'll put it up against the other 30 you have.
Yep, that's it.
I have never been a participation trophy kind of guy. If my kids ever got a participation trophy, I threw it in the trash. You don't get a trophy because you went. If that's the case, give me one too. That don't make no sense.
I went plenty of times.
I did all these games, did all this stuff. You over here giving them trophies for going? Do I get a participation trophy for being a father? No. Okay then. I don't even get the same type of love that a mother gets when they.
There you go.
You see Mother's Day, you see people on the streets lined up selling stuff.
Man,
they got whole sections for it. Father's Day coming around, you don't see nobody.
All they play is Papa Was a Rolling Stone.
Good,
that's it. Rolling Stone.
But like to me, like the reason that I brought that up was just to say there are some teams that are just giving too much money away and wasting time on people.
Yeah, the market
not going to take them anywhere. Here's
the market the market is saturated. I mean, the market is it is what the market is, though. I mean, I can't get mad at the quarterbacks.
I'm not
making the money.
Not mad at the
I can't get mad at the league for paying them the money. I can't get mad at my cable bill because they going up and the streaming services. It's just money to be made. They get that price of the brick. It is what it is.
My point with this is owners need to be smart with what they're doing. See, here's the thing. At the end of the day, you have to look at this as this is an investment, and I need a return on my investment.
And not 10 years from now.
Thank you. I need a return on my investment in a real way, like ASAP. And here's the thing: if I'm going to let you come to me, and you and your agent come to me, and y'all asking me for a real ridiculous sum of money, I need to look at your body of work and what you have done. I watch players in the NFL get paid off of 1 year of productivity. That does not make sense because you don't know what they're going to do the next year. And then on top of that, yes, that is the market. You are 1,000% correct, TD. But what I'm saying is you just got to be a little more mindful of what you're doing because you're so scared that you can't find nobody else, that you're paying somebody who's never going to do anything or take you anywhere. And at that point, you got to look and say, you know what?
These owners don't care. Let me quantify something. Okay. First of all these owners are not football people.
No,
that's true.
They're not. They made those billions, and I say with a B, billions, off of something else. Being the founder of Home Depot, oil, gas, whatever, what have you. And some of them own multiple teams and all stuff like that. And I want you to understand that this to them is like a little hobby. This is their needlepoint. This is their golf. This is FU money. This is how you quantify it. If you made a second $1, Or if we made $1 a second, how long do you think it would take to make $1 million, 1 million seconds? How long do you think 1 million seconds is?
Yeah. Okay. I see what you're saying.
That's a million seconds is approximately 31 days or something like that. 31 days it's 31 days. 1 million seconds. 1 billion seconds is 11 years. These guys have multi-billion dollars. For them to throw off $1 billion on a team, it is nothing to them. Or several hundred. What's the salary cap? 360 million. That is nothing for them. That is 30 days, 3 times.
Okay, I see what you're going.
And plus they never watched football. They just think, hey, it'd be nice to have a team. Hey, how much are they asking? I think that's gonna be 10 billion. Man, I got that in the ashtray. You know what I'm saying? It's just a hobby to them. They're not football people. They're not evaluators.
They're not Al Davises. They're not the Al Davises. They're not the Eddie
Al
DeBarlos.
Davis and Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones played college football. He might let it get. But isn't Jerry like one of the worst owners people would think?
Jerry will let you know in a heartbeat. He is
Jerry
Razorback. He is not playing about his Razorback in Arkansas. But I'm with Ty Austin here. Yeah, I'm gonna need I'm gonna need Jed. Let me
David
hold
Temper. He's an owner of a hedge fund.
David Tepper. Yeah. So here's the funny thing about David Tepper. And the funny thing about now, oddly enough, the Broncos were supposed to be sold to a black man, but they wouldn't do it. There was a brother out there, I forget his name, but he had every bit of money. And he also had minority ownership ready to put in with him.
They weren't gonna let that happen.
They wouldn't sell to him. David Tepper, I'm gonna tell you this. Now, this is before everything came out about him, but I do have to throw his name out there. Diddy and several other big people wanted to buy the Carolina Panthers. They wouldn't let them. They stopped it. The minority ownership, the only minority owner we have in the league right now is Shad Khan.
Yep.
And he's what, Middle Eastern? He's
he's from
Persian.
But look what he owns. He owns Duval. It's not a big market.
Mm-hmm.
You go to Jacksonville. What is there in Jacksonville but strip clubs and football? No basketball team. No. What's there?
Maybe a hockey team or something.
Yeah, there's not much of
AAA hockey. It's like the movie Slapshot with the Hansons or something.
So and that's the thing. And I agree with Deion saying. It's like they're not gonna let a minority own what?
Oh no.
You let that happen? Don't let them get up. And then Denver for all places? That's a no-go. You talk about you'll see true fans come out and be like, oh no, I can't support that. No.
And then media got it. Shad Khan is Pakistani. There you go.
Yeah, and they count that as minority ownership. Okay.
Yeah. And here's the thing. When it came to Denver, the number one reason I could tell you I knew it wasn't gonna happen, John Elway.
Yeah.
John Elway went so hard when the whole kneeling situation, he went dumb hard. And I caught him slipping with some racist comments. And a lot of people were like, oh, well, it's Elway. Like, look. I'm like, okay, so because it's Elway.
John Elway.
Brett Favre's a piece of crap, too. What's the difference?
Yes.
I always knew that mug ain't happy.
So
I can't
my
stand
thing is, he basically was telling everybody on his team, you kneel, you're going to get fired.
I ain't never liked Brett Favre. I ain't
But
never.
Favre, we all know he's a piece of trash. You know what I'm saying? And you see all the things that have happened with him since he done left football, and that's probably why he kept playing, because he was like, I need something to do. You know, I messed off all my money. You know, just good old fashioned backwoods Mississippi redneck. It's just who he was.
Kiln, Mississippi. I done talked to folks from Mississippi. They say Kiln. Oh, that's one of them sundown places. Don't go.
That means get about it. That means don't be there when the sun goes down.
Don't be there when the sun goes down.
Don't be there.
So for kids, for everybody out there that don't know what a sundowner is, that's what it is. You're supposed to get out before the sun go down.
Yeah.
If you are not of the culture, you will be questioned quite aggressively.
Yeah.
You're not from around here, are you?
I'll tell you this. I went to a little town. I was working for Goodyear some years ago. Their plants went on strike. So instead of them hiring people off the streets, they took us from the stores. Because I was working for Just Tires, and it's owned by Goodyear. So they took us from the stores, just hired more people to work in the stores because it's easier, and took us over to the plant. The plant was actually in Tennessee, but we stayed in Kentucky. It was a small town, very little mini town called Paducah, Kentucky.
Paducah, I know about, but I was at Fort Campbell. Yeah. Fort Campbell is Hopkinsville, Kentucky, and Clarksville, Tennessee. Yeah. You live in Kentucky. You go to Fort Tennessee. Campbell. It's in.
So I go there. We're there. I make friends with a biker from Texas named Ed. Ed, cool. I like Ed, but Ed looked like a member of the Hells Angels. This is how he looks. But he was cool. He really was. We had a lot in common. Like, he was just the coolest cat ever. So me and Ed get to hanging, and it throws people off because they're looking like, how are these two? What, huh? We were looking for a laundromat because the laundromat in the hotel we were staying at was full. So I pull over to a little antique shop, walk in, and I say, hey, how you gentlemen doing? And they just look at me. And I said, hey, I'm looking for a laundromat, wash house, place I can wash my clothes. Dude literally reaches under the cash register, takes a double barrel shotgun out, puts it on the counter, and says, I think you might want to leave before you ask any other questions.
All right.
So I walk back outside, got in the car, and he says, well, where's the laundromat? I said, I don't know. And he said, why? I said, I left before I got shot. So he said, okay. Ed walked in there, walked back out 2 seconds later. Yeah, it's right at the block. This is how it works in some of these places. There are places out there you cannot go. And you must always keep your head on the swivel and be mindful of your surroundings. Do not be that mindless person who just, hey, everything's happy-go-lucky. In certain places in this country, there are still things that you got to be mindful of.
Especially they have never adapted.
Bro, I was in Fort Rucker, Alabama, and I play golf. I was at the Robert Trent Jones golf, world-class golf courses. Dude, trust and believe, you will find out how black you are in the middle of Alabama at an exclusive golf club. Oh yeah, if you ain't
the way they look at you, the way they treat you.
A lot of folks who've been to these great cities I'm crazy about: New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, all that good stuff. Yeah, and you keeping it real, and you black. Oh, if you really want to find out, go down to Alabama.
Oh yeah,
and go to a golf course, an exclusive golf course.
I done been through some things, but what I would say is, right now we are cooking with the rookies. We are doing everything that we possibly can. Robert Saleh is truthfully a godsend. Thank you so much for coming back.
Yeah, man.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Oh Jesus!
I don't want this to happen, but I'm just gonna say, if it does, we can get the whole gang back together. And y'all know where I'm going with this. If Mike McDaniel get fired, come on home, baby.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is first stop.
Come
He could be a
on
consultant.
home.
I'll take him.
Don't worry about it. You got a job, baby. Come on home.
Yeah, man.
I'll tell you right now, Kubiak, you could be assistant. You can be an assistant. You'll still go elsewhere and get paid. I said it earlier in the show. Kyle gets people paid. He does. Okay. If you want to coach your staff, 9 times out of 10, people will coach
man.
from his staff, and you will go get your bread.
Yeah, I know what.
But Mike, come on home, buddy. You don't have to worry about all the crap you were dealing with in Miami, because there are certain franchises in this league that are just dumpster fires. Miami, the Jets. There's certain things that just
Yeah. Cleveland.
Right.
We ain't even gonna get into that. Call me, baby.
All right. But I'm gonna get up out of here, y'all.
All right. Dion's got in the 2 minutes. Dion, y'all say hi to Dion. Y'all say give him a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, as he exits. There go my man. Yeah, man. Let me go ahead and end this on up. How do you feel about our matchup against the Texans? I'll end it on that. Gonna be pretty.
That'll be interesting. It's gonna be an interesting game. I mean, because they didn't do well this Monday.
Affair. It's gonna be a family affair. D'Amico, all the boys. Robert Saleh is gonna be Shanahan. It's gonna be a lot.
I'll say
everybody's home. It's gonna be like Thanksgiving.
Ward is over there, so
man, we should have went on Turkey Day. Yeah.
So it's gonna be a good game. I mean, you can exploit the run defense on them, but you can't count on CJ Stroud. You got to play him. You're gonna have to get some pressure on him. If you don't get no pressure on him, he is mobile.
Yeah,
he will extend the play.
He'll go.
So it'll be a good game. It'll be a good game. It's a 1:00 game. So
yeah, I am looking forward to that. I think we should win. Bryce Huff, we mentioned, had the hamstring injury, so we're gonna have to manufacture some blitzes to get that pressure. I think unless somebody miraculously stepped up. Sam Mo had a sack. We just I don't know.
See somebody stepping up. Somebody gonna step up. If somebody's gonna have a game, it's coming. Somebody gonna have a game. So you it's coming. So it's just let them keep playing, keep getting experience. As they get more experience, they're gonna get more pressure. And before you know it, you'll be seeing the D-line really terrorizing quarterback and offensive line.
We're going to need it. Repetition is the engine of efficiency. So get your reps and let's get on out here and do it. Ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all so much. It's 2 hours and 22 minutes. I'm only hour and 22 minutes. I want to thank everybody. My main man, Niner Empire DMV. Dion came by. All of y'all in the chat, man. It ain't been nothing but a stone cold groove, a stone cold party, as they used to say on Soul Train. And remember, we by faith and not by sight. In Jesus' name, amen. Thank y'all all for coming out. See y'all Thursday.